Trump walks into hostile territory here in Bloomberg News, and he does not hold back any of his thoughts, which is why this is so perfect at this time in this election cycle, as we are very close to the election. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button. We got Trump selling out Atlanta, Georgia. We have all these crazy things happening, and this guy does not stop. I want to take a look at this moment that he had here that went extremely viral. I mean, he's calling this guy out. News editor chief John Mickle, I think that's he just basically calls him out right in front of the world. So we'll start off with this clip, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to smash the like button. Let me know where you guys are watching from. As always, let's take a look at the legendary Donald J. Trump.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong.
You're trying to turn this. You're trying to turn this.
You've been wrong.
No, you're trying to turn. You're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people. There are business.
You're wrong.
People.
You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this stuff. What is?
Yo, you know the funny thing about this editor, right? That's interviewing Trump. He's trying to make it seem like Trump's being unprofessional in front of the whole room. Did you guys hear the crowd? Did you guys hear the crowd when he started saying that? And by the way, the crowd loved Donald Trump. All these businessmen and all these classy people that the editor is trying to say that Trump is not behaving for. Well, take a look at them. This is how they get up and react to Donald J. Trump. That is a standing ovation for Donald Trump. The same people that he said, well, you're trying to make this a debate, and we have a room full of people in suits. Oh, these people in suits love it. Standing ovation. So I'll play that back one more time, and we got some more clips we got to show you guys, man.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong.
You're trying to turn this. You're trying to turn this.
You've been wrong.
No, you're trying to turn. You're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people. There are business.
You're wrong.
People.
You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this.
All your life. But there's more, ladies and gentlemen. There is more. There is more. Bloomberg obviously is voting for Kamala.
You said President Trump, at the moment, there is a thing called the Trump trade in the markets. Do you know what that is? The Trump trade is very simple. People are betting that your policies are going to drive up debt. They're going to drive up inflation. So they're going to drive up interest rates. Are the investors wrong?
Yeah, I had 4 years, no inflation. I had 4 years, no inflation.
But that was when you had much.
I had 4 years. It's better than that. And Biden, who has no idea where the hell he is, okay? Biden went 2 years with no inflation because he inherited from me. And then they started spending money like drunken sailors. They spent so much money. It was so ridiculous, the money they were spending. They were spending on the Green New Scam. The Green New Scam, the Green New Deal. You know, it was conceived of by AOC +3. She never even studied the environment in college. She went to a nice college. She came out, she just said, the Green New Scam. She just named all these things.
But President Trump, the issue at the markets are...
Let him finish, man. Let him finish. He's cooking. You can't interrupt Trump when he's cooking. This guy right here, he wants to say that Trump's plans are extremely bad for the economy. Trump comes back and he says, well, I was already president and we had no inflation.
Looking at the fact you are making all these promises, latest one was car loans. You're flooding the thing with giving giveaways.
But we're going to grow.
I was actually quite kind to you. I used 7 trillion. The upper estimate is 15 trillion. People like the Wall Street Journal, who's hardly a communist organization,
yeah, but you don't know.
They have criticized you on this as well. You are running up enormous debts.
What does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow.
And that's when the best moment happened. That's when the best moment, that was the setup to that best moment. Of what does the Wall Street Journal know? I'm meeting with them tomorrow. What do you guys know? You guys have been wrong on everything. Well, here is a monologue of the top 5 best moments from this interview. And boy, oh boy, smash the like button. Let's get 900 likes right away, man. Trump has been cooking. We have to appreciate greatness when we see it in front of us. Trump has been cooking. He is not playing with any of these reporters that are very biased, obviously, very hostile reporters. And this is not it's not like the other hostile environments that he's been in. This is another hostile. This is the economic hostile environment of Bloomberg news here. So let's look at the top 5 moments. Take a look.
I think it's the greatest job in government. You show up to the office once a month and you say, let's see, flip a coin. And everybody talks about you like you're a god. Oh, what will he do? I mean, before, the guy used to walk into my office, he was like begging. Oh, he was fine.
But you did talk about you talked about removing him once.
I did, because he was keeping the rates too high.
Yeah.
And I was right. What does the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong about
You're trying to turn this. You're trying to turn this.
You've been wrong.
No, you're trying to turn this into debate. There are business people. There are business
You're wrong.
people.
You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this stuff. We're going to put tariffs on them, and they're going to do. And you know what they can do? The Mercedes-Benz will start building in the United States, and they have a little bit. But you know what they really are? Assembly, like in South Carolina. But they build everything in Germany, and then they assemble it here. They get away with murder because they say, "Oh yes, we're building cars." They don't build cars. They take them out of a box and they assemble them. We could have our child do it.
Tariffs also have another side. Isn't that something that you have to acknowledge?
No.
You could be plunging America into the biggest trade war since Smoot-Hawley.
But there are no tariffs.
You're going to stop. There are tariffs already.
No, there are no tariffs. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States, and you don't have any tariffs.
But people, a lot of places like.
How about this? Gavin Newsom, he's the governor of California.
Newsom.
He signed Newsom, I call him.
Yeah. But do you think?
No, he corrected me. He corrected me. I said,
Gavin Newsom, this guy. Oh my God, I hate these type of people, man. Let my boy cook, man. Let our guy cook.
the governor of California.
Newsom.
He signed Newsom, I call him.
Yeah. But do you think?
No, he corrected me. He corrected me. I said, that's the first time I've been corrected.
There are CEOs out here. If they said those sort of things about a rival CEO, they'd be sacked. Do you think it's
but
fine
they don't
for
have
a
to survive like me. They don't have to go through what I have to go through. There has never been a president that's been treated like me, so I have to fight my own way.
Well, you made a.
He has to fight his own way. He's not wrong there. He's not wrong there. And here's something that I wanted to talk about as well. Something that is hitting the internet by storm. And just by me showing you this face, it's very tough for me to do this. The hair, I don't know what's going on with the hair this time around, but this clip is hitting the internet by storm because the Democrats are in full-blown panic mode. Rachel Maddow is also in full-blown panic mode. But here we have Joy Reid, and boy, oh boy, you guys got to listen to this.
At this point, you can't call what Trump is running a campaign. As friend of the show David Corn points out in Mother Jones, what Trump and J.D. Vance and House and Senate Republicans are running is a massive disinformation campaign aimed at warping Americans' reality. And they're doing it with violent, terrifying, and sometimes bizarre conspiracy theories that set the table for maybe armed resistance to a Kamala Harris.
Oh my God, is she serious right now, dude? Is she serious? Somebody said, "Come on, Lou, I'm trying to eat dinner here." My bad. You might have to pause your dinner for just a little longer. I just wanted to show this to show you guys. This is what panic looks like at the highest level, where she is saying, "Oh, these conspiracies might call for armed resistance." Is she watching America? Is she understanding what's going on? Does she understand? I don't think these people are gated community vibes. Gated community folks. The gated community folks are here.
Win or mass acceptance of American fascism. Trump and Republicans, backed by far right-wing billionaires like Elon Musk and right-wing media and anti-woman manosphere podcasts, are creating social media or gaming social media apps like X Twitter in Trump's favor and pumping disinformation into the brains of Trump supporters. Not quite foreign interference, but not exactly different from what Vladimir Putin would do. And in many ways, the disinformation campaign is working. Base Republicans today believe everything from...
When you start losing, you start calling everything disinformation, really? This is a big problem in the United States of America with you leftists, with you crazy leftists that believe that this segment right here is actually not somebody losing their mind and going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She needs extra help in life. She really does. Medications might be on the table for stuff like this. I mean, when you start to lose this badly and you start calling everything misinformation, armed resistance is coming. They're coming for us. They're coming to get us. Are you all right? They're coming to get us. They already got us. They already done ran Project 2024, Project 2020 on us. They already ran these projects on us. It's already happening. Everything you claim to be bad is already here. It's not Trump. Everything that's bad in America has already been happening way before Trump. You're just making it 10 times worse for yourself because you know it. And you know that the people that you vote for most of the time are responsible for the fucking collapse of this country. And so all this crazy resistance BS that you're talking about, well, really, it's already been happening way before Donald J. Trump. People have already been into conspiracy theories. People have already been this way. So I don't know what you're talking about. You're losing your mind here. Not bad. Look at her face, bro.
Democrats secretly manipulating the weather from a secret base in Alaska.
Well, what's crazy, if you run, here's another thing about these conspiracy theories that these leftists claim that are so wild and only right wing. Do you know that a lot of Democrats believe this? A lot of Democrats, a lot of people in urban areas that vote Democrat as well, they believe in these types of conspiracies that, wait a minute. Something might be happening with HAARP. This is not a made up thing. HAARP is a real thing. Some people believe that, hey, even Democrats believe, hey, hold on now. Don't go too far into, calling us crazy, because it's not just right wingers that believe this stuff. Some left wingers believe that the weather can be manipulated. That's just a belief that if you run a poll through it, you might just come out and say, wow, a lot of people that I associate myself with believe these things too. But they're just conspiracies. But don't make it seem like it's just one side, because it's not.
Trump being incapable of losing this election. He's winning in a landslide. And some Democrats are starting to believe the disinformation too. Have you noticed how sharply the polls have shifted in Trump's?
Oh my God, she's saying Democrats are starting to believe this too.
Have you noticed how sharply?
Maybe because you're wrong and some Democrats are waking up and saying, oh, the Republicans might be right on this. This is crazy.
The polls have shifted in Trump's favor over the last couple of weeks, with these claims that Trump is surging with Black and Latino voters and leading in every single swing state, according to secret internal polls, despite all the Hitler talk. Yes, this race will be far too close, because unfortunately, we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear, but in small pockets among Black and brown men too. This happens to be a global phenomenon as women become more economically independent and seek positions of power. But friend of the show, Simon Rosenberg, points out that
she's coming at all of us. She's saying Black men, Hispanic men. She's saying white men. Yo, these people are crazy. And it makes me smile because we're winning big time. We're killing it, dude. Guys, we are white men in the chat, Black men in the chat, Hispanic men in the chat. We are killing it. She has to include us now. It's not just white men she's blaming anymore. Now she's just saying, well, everybody. I'm telling you, the most divisive rhetoric comes from the people that claim to be not divisive, that claim to be the most uniting people in the planet. The most united talking people are usually the most divisive folks. You just have to watch them very close. And we're watching one right now.
just like in 2020 and 2022, dozens of right-wing polls have been dumped into the marketplace in the last few weeks, 12 in Pennsylvania alone. Those polls then swing the polling averages to the right, making Trump look strong and Kamala Harris look stalled. Now, there are lots of explanations for why you'd want to game the polls. Entrepreneurial Republican pollsters can certainly gain favor with Trump, who's apparently fuming about Vice President Harris's billion-dollar fundraising and positive press. And then there's the more sinister explanation that if Trump, Republican pollsters, and even jittery Democrats convince enough people that his victory is inevitable, How much easier would it be to claim that the election was stolen if he loses? And how much easier would it be to get his base to rise up and maybe even get violent the way they...
You want Trump supporters to get violent. That's what you want, Joy Reid. You're claiming that. You're putting it out to the universe. You want that to be the case. You're shaping this to be that. You're going to blame black men, aren't you? You're going to blame Hispanic folks. When Trump wins, which I believe he will, you're setting this whole thing up to blame your own race of people that woke up and don't want to think like you, don't want to be like you. That's the issue here with you. You're just a sore loser that doesn't believe the polls now. All of a sudden, now you're the conspiracy theorist. Very sad times, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad times for these Democrats. They're going down without a fight, kind of. But here we go. We got some more panic going on. Mark Cuban, sold out billionaire who got to be getting blackmailed. I don't know what the Democrats got on this guy, but they got something on him. Take a listen.
In terms of the targeting that he is talking about for a second term, and what we saw in his first term when he picked out individual businesses or sometimes individual business leaders who he wanted to use the government to punish, when he went after Amazon and Jeff Bezos, when he went after saying he wanted to go after Mark Zuckerberg, when he did other things that were targeting businesses because of what were perceived to be his political interests, I would have thought that that would have made him radioactive in the business world, because business people are too smart to think that they can always be on the right side of those calculations, right? That they won't ever be the one who's in the crosshairs once you've got somebody who uses the government that way to reward and punish his enemies and his friends.
Well, you don't hear a whole lot of CEOs other than Elon Musk, particularly of large companies, coming out and supporting him for that very reason. You know, you don't hear them condemning him because they're worried about his retribution or his vengeance. But literally, there's been nobody that I know other than Elon that has come out in support of him.
You recently said in an interview that some business leaders who are supporting Trump, with the caveat of what you just described in terms of, high-level leaders, not too many of them doing it. You said that some business leaders who are supporting Trump are doing it because they think they can manipulate him. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Yeah, it's very transactional. For the right amount, you can guide policy. I think you saw that with crypto.
Unbelievable. And also, something else happening here. Charlemagne the God is doing a town hall with Kamala Harris, and nothing changes here. Take a listen.
My question to you is, what's your stance on reparations? We all know that America became great, off the backs of free black labor. How progressive are you on making it a priority and righting America's wrongs? It's understood that you are running for president for all people of America. Asking for specifics for black communities doesn't mean don't do for others, but black Americans are heavily asked to vote Democrat in every election for over half a century with very little in return. What are your plans to address these very important issues and change that narrative?
Thank you, Zeke.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And thank you for your work. So to your point, yes, I am running to be a president for all Americans. That being said, I do have clear eyes about the disparities that exist and the context in which they exist, meaning history, to your point. So my agenda, well, first of all, on the point of reparations, it has to be studied. There's no question about that. And I've been very clear about that position. In terms of my immediate plan, I will tell you a few of the following. One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother.
Done. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lou Valentino. Everybody in the comments knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming, and it did. Oh, smash the like button. I appreciate everybody for coming through today. Everybody knew it was it was just like she can't get away from it. Everybody knew in the chat that it was coming. It was gonna happen, and she did it. She did the thing. She did the thing.
One, as it relates to the economy, which is a lot of what you have addressed. Look, I grew up in the middle class. My mother
She can't get away from me. I love you guys. I love y'all so much, man. It was too obvious. It was coming. We knew it was coming. Economic talks, you guys knew it was coming, and she couldn't get away from me. I'll see you guys on the next one, man.